Good morning. Before I head out on a walk today, I thought I'd tell you what happened after I did a year of walking and busing and train riding and no driving. I did this experiment initially for two main reasons: to see how much I could save money-wise and how much I could get health-wise. I understand already, and I truly believe that walking is one of the, if you're able to, walking is one of the best health practices you can adopt. So I knew that was going to help. Anyway, so it's a little over a year now, and I haven't reflected on this channel about how that all worked out, so I'm going to now. Insurance. I saved $162 every month for a total of $1,944, almost $2,000. In gas, I saved about 2 fill-ups a month, $1,200. I doubt that I used quite that much, so let's call it $1,000. Miscellaneous oil filter and oil change trips, $300. Parking, $100. Cost me a coat. I had to buy a new coat because, for the last 5 winters since I've been in Portland, I rarely even put on a heavy coat. I just warmed the car up and went from my house to the car, and then from the car to the store or wherever I was going, and it just was never cold enough that I worried about it because I wasn't out walking. But I did buy a new coat, and it's very warm, and I like it, and it's purple. And it cost me a whole $40 because it was on sale. All right, those of you who have followed this channel or know me or whatever are going to say, but wait a minute, you had a bus accident and you broke your back and you spent 4 months in bed. That was a big cost. Well, the way I figure it is I could have been driving just as easily. So I'm not counting it because I think that the walking prior to the bus accident kind of saved my life, or the quality of my life, because I figured out right away after the accident in the hospital and in rehab that I was a lot stronger than I used to be since I'd been walking, and I was able to get up even with a broken back and walk more than most of the people around me. I was able to get into rehab. I was able to start walking again really quickly because those muscles were working, even though my pain was pretty intense from my back, but I recovered. And so I'm not counting it. You can count it if you want. I am also selectively not counting the 4 Uber rides that I took when I was recovering from my back injury, because I wouldn't have been able to drive either. So I would have had to take them either way. So it's mute. We're not counting that. I will count a $500 charge for renting a car when a guest came and I wanted to take them to the coast. But I have discovered that the transit system here has really cheap bus rides to the coast. So if I'm just going in the future, it can be about $17 one way to get to the coast. But we'll count the $500 just to be fair. Okay. All right, so I told you I was going to tell you whether or not I was going to keep doing this. I already have been walking. The year ended in October, and I didn't have even a second thought about whether or not I was going to continue, or even a tiny regret about having done it in the first place, or not having a car. There are some bonuses that I didn't even mention to walking. For one, I quit shopping so much because you don't want to carry anything. So when you think about stopping and getting something, you just go, I'll get it later if I really need it, and then you never do, which is great. That also saves some money, but I have no way of showing you how much. So that was one thing. I also lost about 8 pounds somewhere back there walking around, and I haven't found it, even though I'm out walking most every day. So and maybe the biggest bonus of all is I feel a little bit more connected to my fellow human being when I am out and about on public transportation or walking. I talk to people more. I just feel part of and not quite so isolated. I get a lot of vitamin D. I get a lot of energy that I did not have before to do things like clean my studio.